It's Monday, March 22nd, 2021, and this is The Inbox with Craig Nibbler. And hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. As always, appreciate it greatly. Of course, hit subscribe to Two Box Media wherever you are watching us right now, whether it's YouTube or Twitter or Facebook, or you just found us randomly pirated somewhere. I don't care. Just please hit subscribe. And thanks for joining. So we are live every Monday and Friday. And here's what we like to do on Mondays. Is catch you up to date with some things that are going on and also tell you what cool things you can look out for this week, which is a lot. I've got robots on the way. But first off, let's talk about Apple. Now, Apple event rumors are always a big deal. We're going to get to that here in a second, but there's something going on with the Apple HomePod Mini. Now, as you know, if you're following along, Apple HomePod, they decided to cancel the bigger version, but the HomePod Mini is a big focus for Apple going forward, and there was a revelation of a device that's within it that you probably didn't know about. And I think it's pretty interesting when you see a lot of these products where there may be things in your devices that you already bought that just aren't activated. And that's what it sounds like is going on with this one, where it's a sensor to detect not only temperature, but also humidity in a room. Now, you can think of a lot of probably good advantages of that. If you think about Google incorporating with Nest, it could tell what's going on in a room. Maybe you could even elaborate into like a fire detection kind of thing. But the fact that it's in there and you don't know about it is always kind of weird. So this came because iFixit, which is a website, they decided to take it apart. They discovered this in there. Now, is that something that's going to be turned on at some point? Most likely that's why it's in there. Tesla does this all the time. If you have a Tesla, you know there's cameras kind of hidden all over your car. If you didn't know, now you know. And they're not activated until something's going to come along, some kind of update that they can do that. So this is what's going on with the HomePod Mini, which leads us into something else with Apple, and that is the event rumors that have been going on. Will we see an update to the HomePod Mini? I'm going to guess, like I said, I think we probably will. But another question that's come up is when that event is going to be. So I talked about this last week because I reported on what people were reporting, which was that March 23rd was the potential event for a spring Apple hardware event where they would unveil maybe new iPads, maybe some updated, those AirTags that they've been promising for a while, maybe the updated HomePod Mini, all of that. Well, now that is not going to happen, at least according to any kind of report or even just following Apple, what they normally do. They usually announce these things a week out. So why was March 23rd posted? Well, according to John Prosser, who's one of those people that gets a lot of leaks, and a lot of times he's right about this, he said that Apple actually did this on purpose to find out who their internal leakers were. Like, we're going full on, like, undercover. They gave somebody this information, supposedly, and then that person put it out, but now they can trace it back to who it was, and maybe there's a secret tag on an email. I mean, this is how serious Apple is about these leaks. Every single company has leaks. Samsung, their products always get leaked out beforehand. Apple's usually pretty good about it, but the fact that if this is a fact that they did this, that's somebody's in trouble. Somebody's in trouble right now. Whoever was told that March 23rd date is wrong. Now, John Prosser is saying that it's actually April. So it's going to be coming up this next month, which certainly seems likely now. There's not much left in March to do this, but that's, I think, kind of fascinating that Apple would go to those links to find out who it is. So somebody is probably sweating a lot today and waiting for a phone call from HR. But there we go. That's what we know on Apple. So they go forward. Don't expect that event on March 23rd, which is tomorrow. So yeah, I don't think that's going to be happening unless they really surprise all of us and show up with that. All right, continuing on here with some trending events and things that you should know about. This is one, you're probably going to see this come up a bit today on your news feeds. And it has to do with a social media star from Japan who is fake, who is not real. And this was revealed on a show in Japan. So here's kind of the backstory. There's this person named Azusa Gakayuki, who is a Japanese social media star. She's ostensibly a young girl who posts pictures of motorcycles. She's a motorcycle aficionado, posts these pictures, and a lot of times, I guess, with Yamaha bikes, which is, she has a pretty big following for this. However, it was revealed that she is not who she claims to be. Instead of being a teenage girl, she's actually a 50-year-old Japanese man who has been using face swap and Photoshop to make him into this young girl. And there you see the picture of the two of them side by side. And this is, like I said, it was revealed on a Japanese show where they kind of got him to come out and talk about it. But there'd been speculation apparently beforehand because some of the pictures of her, people started to notice that her arms didn't quite look like they would match. They looked maybe more like an older man's arms, and there were some weird reflections in there. And this is what this guy did. So he said that he was posting videos of his own, and he wasn't getting many people following him. So he decided that if he just started messing with this, and he slowly started doing it and posting pictures as this girl, and then he got into more face swap, he got into Photoshop, he got into really editing this, and he saw his followers skyrocket. So he said he, like, by thousands, it increased. So that is what he did, and got away with it for quite a while too. And now, just saying, hey, it's actually me, a 50-year-old guy. So that story is just so fascinating to me because you got to think about how many other accounts out there could be like that. And the more this technology increases, the better deep fakes that we start getting, this could be something more commonplace. I mean, there always used to be the joke that, oh yeah, that's probably just some dude in his basement. Well, maybe it really is a dude in his basement. It's just with really good photoshopping skills. So that is a story you're going to be reading about. You can check out more about that online. It's a real rabbit hole to fall down and just see what all is going on with this. But that's what we got. So 50-year-old guy. It is not Asuka who is actually posting that. All right, continuing on here. Some trending topics to start you off here for your Monday. That's just such a weird one. Now, every time you look at a social media post, just think about that. Like, is it who they claim to be? All right, going from people pretending to be humans, let's get to robots pretending to be artists. So here we go. Sophia the robot, who probably most people are familiar with at this point. She's been around for a while. Saudi Arabia declared her as robot citizen in this PR stunt. She also said that she essentially wants to kill all humanity. But now she's an artist on top of that. So this is a piece of artwork that Sophia the robot is creating right now. It's going to be auctioned off as an NFT, as is the times that we live in. And this is going to be the first time ever, though, that it's a robot and AI, which is what she essentially is, collaborating with an actual human artist to create art that is then going to be auctioned off as an NFT. It's all the key words for 2021. So right now, the way that they're programming her in order to do this is she teamed up with an actual artist. And this actual artist kind of gave a basis for what they could go off of. It's this 31-year-old Italian digital artist, Andrea Bonaccetta. So he does kind of colorful portraits. He did one of Elon Musk and all that. So they gave that to Sophia. The AI kind of trained itself on that and then took his paintings and created its own thing, whatever it is that Sophia views humanity as. So that is what they're going to be auctioning off, is this new one. So what does somebody who bids on an NFT of this get? Well, you get the digital piece of art, and it's going to actually be a video of it. So it's like a 12-second MP4 file showing kind of the evolution of the original portrait from the guy to whatever Sophia creates. And then you're going to have a one-on-one interaction with Sophia online where she's going to analyze your image and then incorporate that into the painting somehow. So there's like one more step left that incorporates the winner of the auction. So that is what we are doing now. This is Sophia. Now, there are a lot of people who are saying this is, and it's true. As far as the evolution of technology, this is an interesting use case of AI and humans. But with some of the things that Sophia has said, just a statement that they released on this is what Sophia the robot said. She said, "I am the art and the artist. I am the alpha and the omega." That's not a good sign. That's not exactly what you want to hear from AI. It's kind of like the worst case. But that is what Sophia is doing. So that's going to be on March 23rd also this week, that you're going to be able to find out what the bidding is or bid on it if you are so inclined. So Sophia the robot coming out with her own artwork. That's going to be this week. The robots are taking over. All right, another trending topic here. And actually, this is pretty interesting because it's something that's been talked about for a while. So there's the problem of space debris. It's just kind of analyze that really quick and just kind of explain that. We always talk about how many different things are getting launched up there. Well, there are thousands of pieces of space debris that are now just not a satellite that's in use. Maybe they're old satellites. Maybe there's where there was an explosion or something got hit and you have little tiny pieces of space debris all over. Those are a danger for a lot of things, not only to satellites, but future missions for humans. So that's a big problem to try to figure out what to do with all that. And there's been a lot of potential solutions put out there. Well, this one is from a company called Astroscale, and they are launching their magnetized satellite removing contraption. So it's a satellite of its own essentially, but what it's going to do with this demonstration is it's going to go up, it's going to send out its own little kind of piece of space debris, and then it's going to collect it using these, basically a magnetized section of it to help pull that in. The idea would be going forward, you could send up, I don't know, a bunch of these and start tracking the space debris, getting it, and then you can dispose of it from there, either have it burn up in the atmosphere or shoot it off into deep space. You know, there's a number of different ways. Once they have a hold of it, they can get rid of it. But this is what they're trying out. And so it's pretty cool. So this launched actually today, I believe, depending on what time zone you're in. And it is, it's going to be doing this demo mission. It's going to be really fascinating to see how it works out. And they're not the only ones. So you have this magnet version that's out there. There's a French company that wants to put up a net. There's all kinds of different theories on how you can do it. There's one with lasers to try to burn them all up. That seems like it'd be fun to watch. But this is the one that they are testing out. So they're getting this astro scale with what they're launching up with this magnetized satellite that's going to try to pull in. And at least for this demo, it's just going to pull in the one that it put out there. But it's pretty cool. See where it goes. That's what launched. So pretty fascinating thing right there. I know I keep saying fascinating, but it all fascinates me. All right. Final thing here for you, and something to watch this week and to watch today. I highly encourage you to do this. Now, Iceland's got a ton of volcanoes. There's another one that is erupting. This isn't like the big giant one back in 2010. I think it was that shut down flights over North America and Europe for a long time. This one is smaller, but it's really cool to see. And we've got a couple of things for you with this. One is that there is a drone pilot who his name's Bjorn Steinbeck. And follow him on Instagram, follow him on YouTube and Twitter. He has some really amazing drone footage in general, but this is some drone footage that he took of the volcano. And he was able to fly this drone in through it and get some amazing video on that. And yeah, we're taking a look at it right now. Like, look at that. It's a river of lava. It looks like it's from Lord of the Rings. And then you got this drone flying through. I mean, this is the peak of drone technology right here. The fact that you can just zip it over a volcano like that. I mean, come on. That is awesome. So he's got a bunch of videos up of, like I said, of all kinds of things, but this one in particular is really cool. There's something else you can do with this particular volcano. There's a live stream of it, because there's a live stream for everything. And this is one that's actually normally set up to monitor earthquakes, but just so happens to be really cool footage of a volcano. And that's actually a live feed right now. So this is a site you can go to. You can watch it. It comes from ruv.is. I'm not going to try to mess up the pronunciation. I'm just going to spell it out. ruv.is. So they are an Icelandic news organization who has this up there. And look at that. It's a live footage of a volcano. I mean, how cool is that? It's easy to get sucked in on that too, so I'm just going to warn you. But that is something that you can watch all week long. Go there anytime you want. You want to zone out? Stare at a volcano erupting. It's pretty cool. So that is something else you can do this week. Something else going on, though. There's a few other things to watch that for this week. There's another Starlink launch that's going to be happening in a couple of days. Weather depending, of course. We'll be carrying that. We'll have that at youtube.com/2boxmedia, or all of our other outlets too. So 2box Media, TWO Box Media. Hit subscribe, share the show, let other people know about it. Maybe you have a favorite thing that you liked on here. Maybe you disagreed with something. Write me, info@2boxmedia.com, or hit me up on Twitter. However it is you want to do it, I will respond. So definitely get a hold of us. And we love doing this show, so I thank everybody for joining us. We got lots of other things for you to check out. There's more videos going up this week. We're going to be back on Friday with live stuff. Always something new happening. And like I said, we'll carry that Starlink launch when it does happen. So follow along. Stay with us. Follow. All that stuff. Hit subscribe. Share. Like. Thanks. All right. On behalf of myself, Mike Solis, Jess Serba, I'm Greg Nibbler. Thanks for watching The Inbox.